I want to tell you a story. In May this year, I remember that I started to hang out with a new group of friends. It was two people from my old class that I hadn't seen in I don't even know, 2 or 3 years. And I was hanging out with two of my other, all my other friends that I wasn't hanging out with that often, but it happened. We hung out sometimes, but I didn't really have that many friends, and it bothered me to a point where I pretty regularly spoke to my parents about that I didn't really have that many friends, and that I didn't really feel like I had a stable friendship group. And that bothered me because I had 1 or 2 or 3 friends, but I didn't really hang out with them. And perhaps that was because the friends that I had thought that I was just in monk mode, that I wanted to focus on myself a little bit and try to improve myself. That's pretty much what I've heard from the people that I'm hanging out with right now. Why didn't we hang out earlier than this? And the answer that I've gotten is that I feel like I wasn't really eligible to actually do that back then, because I hadn't really developed the framework that I used to be able to actually hang out with these people. And what is pretty interesting is that since that point, I haven't really had a very, very strong motivation, or I wouldn't say motivation, but it's more like purpose, because motivation is when you really feel like doing something. And of course we love motivation, when we feel absolutely energized to do something, and when we feel like I really want to do this, then motivation is fantastic. Some people don't really like motivation, but I do. But I think we need discipline as well, and you've heard all of this before, so I don't really need to go into detail into why you need to be able to do the things that you specifically don't feel like doing. But anyway, and my friends and I have actually been hanging out for some time, and the more I've hung out with people around me, I've actually started to lose a little bit of motivation, and to be honest, I've actually slacked a lot during the last couple of months. And the reason for that, I think, is pretty simple. Because my main priority during these last few months haven't actually been to make progress towards my goals, although they've been part of it, and although I've had some major goals that I have wanted to achieve, I hadn't really made that much progress as I've done earlier on. So I have had some very, very short push periods, like a week or 2 weeks, where I've really put in the work and gained a lot of progress. But to be honest with you, I haven't put in the work that I have been supposed to do. And the reason that I'm telling you this story, and the reason that I'm saying this, is not for you to actually feel bad for me, to think that I deserve better, because truthfully, I have made this decision, not really consciously, because I've prioritized my friends, and I've prioritized hanging out with people rather than actually putting in the work towards my goals. And I do not regret that for a second, because when you hang out with your friend, you get a lot of fun, and I feel like that is something that I've had in my life. I have been missing a bit of happiness, and now I've sacrificed a few months of my purpose, to grow this YouTube channel, to be an impactful teenager to other people. And I've sacrificed that for some time to actually just get enjoyment and cash out on the friends that I have right now. And I think that is how I would describe it. And I really do think it's important for me to break this down on my YouTube channel, because then you can actually understand why I haven't been uploading as often as I wanted to. Because, for example, this summer I didn't upload barely anything, and I don't really know if I have any consistent viewers at all. But if anyone new sees this video, what I want you to understand is this: if we want to make a lot of progress, we have to just put in the work on our purpose, and we have to let go. We don't really need to solely focus on this, because that can make us very, very, I wouldn't say depressive, but you get what I'm saying. We wouldn't be particularly happy. But during these periods, happiness shouldn't really be your goal. Of course, on a long enough time frame, you really need to break down what you want in life and what you feel like you need. And for some time, when we focus on our purpose, sometimes other things will slack. and that is totally fine, because for me in like May or April I didn't really have that many friends, as I said, and then it shifted towards me having a lot more friends and me hanging out with them very, very often on like the weekends where I usually put in the most amount of work, but I still felt pretty bad. But now I feel so much happier, and I feel so much confident, and I feel so much more social because I'm hanging out with other people. And that's kind of the trade-off, because right now I've been making so much more social gains and I feel so much more confident even speaking on camera. I don't know if you can notice this, but perhaps you can. I feel so much more relaxed because I like myself. And you know, when you have something that you can actually look forward to in the short term rather than just the things that you have in the long term, like your long-term goals and the vision that you've developed for yourself, then what will happen is that you will feel a sense of gratitude for what you have right now, but it can still be a little bit challenging because you can become complacent. And that's the thing that I think we need then is reflection, and I've actually slacked a lot on that. And this video is just basically therapy for myself, because I'm speaking about this in a way that I want other people to resonate with, and simply for myself to break down my thoughts and what I'm thinking and all of that. And hopefully I've done it in a pretty okay way. So and from now on, I think that I just want to focus a bit more on my self-improvement and a bit more on the things. And a piece of advice that I really do like is Aim Low Enough by Jordan Peterson. I think that I will start with doing small things every single day again to get into this flow of self-improvement, because, you know, I want to improve with like my well-being, with mindfulness and all of this, because if I can integrate that, remove all of the other things that I've been focusing on right now when I'm not hanging out with my friends, like social media, like just binge watching TikToks and just scrolling, because I don't really feel that guilty whilst I'm scrolling anymore, but still I don't really feel that great, because I know that I can be doing things that give me a lot more purpose, but I take the easy option, right? And that's simply what I want to put out there, is that right now I want to integrate that a bit more to my life. And regarding the quote by Jordan Peterson, aim low enough, I should aim so much lower. I should be on like 2 minutes meditation per day, 1 minute meditation per day, because I simply want to get back into the habit. And you know, all of these influencers online, I don't know them personally, but I think that sometimes we record videos. I wouldn't say we, because I'm not an influencer like they are. I'm not as big as they are. But perhaps the people recording videos and posting them online, perhaps we try and portray something different when we're not as like productive and as like into self-improvement as we used to be. We still try and portray that, but we portray it in a different manner. I don't know if you've noticed that I haven't tried to speak as much about discipline, about like great habits, because I haven't felt that is authentic, because I haven't actually been that consistent at all. For example, I was on like 250 days of meditation in a row I lost this streak in like June or July. I don't really know when it was, but that says a lot about like me as a person, that sometimes I just want to portray the person that I was a few months ago. But truthfully, I'm not the person, and I'm not that person anymore. And now I'm a completely different person, but I have different stories to tell. And I think that is what makes us human beings so fundamentally great, because, you know, we can make progress in whatever way we want to if we just put our mind to it. And I think just doing something very, very small that I've been preaching on my YouTube channel, like do one thing, like make your bed, do something that you can do today to actually get better. And I think simply that is going to change my life right now. I just need to do something very, very small. Like, I'm still making my bed every single day, so I can't really do that. But I think just having a daily check-in with myself, like in a journal, you see that black journal that's laying there. I just need to like write today's date, and then I need to write, I've checked in today. Just that. And then I can make progress from there on, and then I can take it one step at a time. I can take 1 or 2 minutes of meditation after school. But this is actually pretty humbling, you know, because going from meditating from like 10 to 15 to 20 minutes per day without like a doubt. I did it every single day after school, directly when I came home, and then I did some deep work. And now I haven't done that in months. So now I have to actually get back. I have meditated, but I haven't been like as consistent and doing as much volume. But I really do think that you got some value out of this, and I really do appreciate if you have listened in so far. I don't really know if everybody has clicked off or if anyone has watched this video. But if you feel like you've been struggling for some time and you think that you need some like personal help from me, we can actually discuss that on a free call with the link in the description. And this video has been completely unscripted and raw, and I hope it has been valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.